Hey guys, my name is RaspyZues, and I have big exciting news. Except, well, that is, I'm very excited about it. And that is that I have figured out how to record iRacing. It doesn't look like it's running the highest frame rate right now, but we'll get those things ironed out. This is a race in the late model at Lanier Speedway. I believe it is. Yeah, Lanier Speedway. I'm gonna bring that menu up a few times to check it and stuff. Check my positions. But I'm gonna hide it for most of the racing because I think it's funner that way. Um, unless maybe the cockpit view. No. Nope. Looks like running better frames outside of the cockpit. So we're gonna go ahead and start the race here. So I am the 8 car, obviously, the one that the camera is following. I think this was my first race in the late model. I just broke that. That's kind of weird. This was my first race in the late model. It's a lot of fun. I just got promoted to my D license. Little overview. If you guys don't follow iRacing, it's a online subscription-based racing sim by the guys who created NASCAR Racing 2003 season and GP Legends and lots of other good sims. But then I think NASCAR Racing 2003 season got shut down, taken out of stores because EA bought the rights to NASCAR and they went out of business, so they created iRacing, which is like the premier racing simulator. Lots of people racing against real people all the time. You have a license system that you go up through. I'm really into it. I'm like, I don't even know. I have a shit-ass wheel that it doesn't have any force feedback anymore, but I love the hell out of iRacing. Like I said before, I am planning on buying myself a Logitech G27 racing wheel. Oh, big pile up here. Oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, we get around a few of them. That's going to put me up to 9th? Oh, I thought I was doing a little better than 9th, but I guess not. So, number 8 snap-on car. Looks like I might be heading into 8th here as I'm going to switch it over to TV2. Apologize for this. Or TV1. I like TV1. Getting close to the wall. This is a tough short track. Basically with iRacing, it's split into 2 different classes. There's the oval racing, which, mostly Americans are into oval racing. And then there's the road racing. Personally, I have way more fun in the road racing. I spend a lot more time in the road racing, but it's much harder for me, and just the oval racing seems easier and comes more naturally. Although it did take me a lot longer to get out of the rookie class in oval. Because when you first start out in iRacing, you are in a rookie class with a bunch of other rookie drivers who obviously haven't figured out how to drive too well. Everybody wrecks each other, and you get out of the classes based on safety rating. So when everybody wrecks each other, your safety rating just kind of plummets, and you end up not getting out of rookie forever. But I finally made it out, and this is my first race out of the rookie class in the late model. Now, you start out with like 5 or 6 cars and, a good amount of tracks. And then once you rank up, scraping the wall a little bit there, you can purchase new cars and tracks. So I did that. I bought the late model. I haven't bought any tracks for it yet. I'm just racing on the default tracks. Let's see. In the road series, I enjoy road a lot more, but I'm really struggling right now. I got out of rookie and I can't make it. I'm at a C license, but I'm definitely in danger of going down to a D license, which happens if you do bad enough. My I rating is so bad. Like, my I rating is a 490 right now, because I just get into races. I try to do the Skip Barber, and I can't keep that car on the road. I end up spinning like 6 times and just get pissed off and quit. My iRating plummets, my safety rating isn't good. I think I picked some cars that weren't great for me in the C class. For example, the V8 supercar is one that I really enjoy, although that car is such a handful, my goodness. Right now I'm trying to work that car as well as the Daytona prototype, which is a bit less of a handful, but still is pretty intense because those are endurance races. And also the Skip Barber is something that I'm trying to master. Now, if any car is a handful, it's the Skip Barber. That, along with the V8 supercar, are some of the hardest cars you have to master in iRacing. Until the Lotus 49 comes out. I am just... I don't know. When the Lotus 49 comes out, I'm just gonna kind of drop everything and do that for about a month. So, you know, brace yourselves. But, scraping the wall again there. Let's see what position I'm in. I am up to 6th. Let's check this. I am 5 laps down? That doesn't seem right. Maybe that's the race results. Yeah, I may have spoiled it, but whatever. Starting from 10th, I'm up to 6th. I'm not doing too badly. Let's go to the cockpit view for a little bit. Because the cockpit view is fun. It kind of kills my frame rates a little bit. But let's see. I'm gonna turn the graphics down at some point and try to do some live races. Because I think that would be a blast. I'm hoping to do those every 3 days. I'll get one of those to you guys. Probably have to have them pre-recorded. Probably 2 to 3 a week. Both in oval and road. Because the tracks switch from week to week. So that'll work perfectly. And yeah, so basically this video goes to say stay tuned for some iRacing. That looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 series I'm working on right now. I'm going to call it, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this series. This is just, you know, my first race that I am recording, and I'm hoping it turns out well. As we can see here what I'm doing with the wheel and the pedals. The green is the gas or the throttle, the red is the brake. I don't actually have a clutch because I paid $30 for my wheel. Doesn't actually have force feedback. This is a 100-lap race here. Each lap about 15 seconds, for me at least. A lot of people run way faster than me. Let's try some new cameras, because I like messing around with the cameras. I'm gonna find one that I like and kind of just go with it. Far chase. Blimp. The blimp could be fun for a bit. As we get into some more racing, looks like some guys are coming up to pass me. Hopefully not for position. No, I don't think so. I think I'm still in 6th. The frames per second aren't great right now. They're kind of hovering around 30. I would prefer them to be more at 60. Especially for when I'm doing live races, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Get a few details ironed out. My car no longer looks like that, for one. This was... I watched the movie Grand Prix... Wait, no. Is it Grand Prix? Yeah, Grand Prix from 1966. And this was supposed to be a tribute to the BRM that Scott Stoddard drove in that movie. Because Scott Stoddard was a good guy in that movie. If you haven't seen Grand Prix, you should go watch it with James Garner. I think it was supposed to have Steve McQueen in it, but he bailed for his own racing movie, which was Le Mans, which got terrible. Well, it didn't have the greatest reception, let's say. I enjoyed it, personally. I thought it was a kind of beautiful movie, but I digress. The point is, I got iRacing able to record, and I am pumped about it. So expect some iRacing content down the road a little bit here. These files are huge, by the way. I can't keep more than like 4 on my hard drive without it just dying. Because each of these half-hour files are like 50 gigabytes of memory. So, I'm gonna have to, actually that's really good. I'll have to stick to it and upload all of them quickly, and hopefully I won't have too many backed up. I have, you know, 900 gigabytes free on my computer, so I'm good for a bit, but I can't have too many backed up, because I'm worried. So anyway, I hope you guys like iRacing, because I'm really into it. I'm gonna maybe call this my career, RaspyZues in iRacing. If you look closely, it has my actual name because it goes off of credit card names, which is kind of cool. So we got the Stuart Davis down there. Strangely, it lets you pick your preferred number, but it doesn't give you that number very often. For example, mine was 28. I wanted to be 28. Again, the Scott Stoddard tribute. But it just kind of gives you whatever number it wants for the most part. As I get past the Canadian guy, I like the maple leaf. Like, I wish I could have the maple leaf on my car, because that looks really pretty on the late model. Let's just admire it for a minute. Got the Canadian national anthem stuck in my head for like an hour today, and I couldn't get it out. It was the most obnoxious thing until I listened to Niggas in Paris. That was how I dealt with that situation. Possibly one of the worst songs ever written, but I'm not gonna get into that because, well, I was gonna say because there's a few things I don't talk about in my videos, but then I realized that taste in music is not one of them. Personally, I think, for the most part, music is dead today. But that's not the point, because regardless of whether music is dead or not, the songs live on through iPods and whatnot. So, A, music can't die, and B, music is dead. It's kind of a paradox, but whatever. You guys probably think I'm completely retarded at this point. I am just really pumped about getting iRacing recorded, because I haven't figured out how to do this. I'm really glad I got Fraps working. I'm not sure what finally got it working. I think it was just restarting my computer over and over again until it worked. But here we are. Gotta take a drink real quick. Let's go to a new camera angle here. I'm going to go to the far chase camera because that one's fun. We can kind of see what's going on in front of me. This is a very long race, I forgot about that. This is one of my saved replays, which I have a few of. I might bust out some of those if they're interesting. I'll have to watch a few of them. There's a lot I saved for various reasons that aren't very... well, I don't remember. So I had always planned on recording iRacing. It was always in the back of my head, but I could never really do it, so I have a bunch of backed up replays that I wanted to get recorded. I haven't figured out the best way to record it. Honestly, I think the best way to record iRacing would be live, because I'm just kind of a stickler for live commentary. You know, that's just my personal taste on Let's Plays. Now, I don't know if I would call this a Let's Play, but I'm going to call it a Let's Play. So this is unofficially part 1 of Let's Play iRacing, RaspyZues' career. We're doing a little bit of late model here. The late model is a fun car to drive. It has pretty good participation, which becomes an issue at the higher levels. The participation goes down. At rookie, you can get a race whenever you want, but at the higher levels, you have to sometimes wait. For example, the V8 supercars only race like twice or 3 times a week for official races, and it's mainly Australians who race them, so it tended to be at 3 in the morning for me. I don't think I even have one official race in there. I have a few unofficial races, and those were a lot of fun. Even though I did terribly, they were still a blast. I might have to bust out some V8 supercar footage here at some point. Maybe a little spec racer Ford, you know. I'm really all about the road racing, except I'm just so bad at it, man. Road racing's tricky. Especially when you have no feedback from your wheel, and it kind of jiggles a lot. But I'm kind of just making excuses. I just need to buckle down and practice. Because that's a big part of iRacing, is the practice. As you can see, this oval race has turned into like an endurance kind of deal. I think we're only like halfway finished with it. I'm not sure what lap we're on. Let's check. Well, it just shows me what my best lap was, which was 4. Now it's from practice. The race. Well, I guess it shows me all of the laps. That's cool. I'm really confused as to how this stuff works. I ran a better lap in warm-up than I did in practice, it seems. But oh well. So yeah, that's kind of ran out of stuff to say a while ago. I hope you guys are enjoying my series. As I'm recording this, I still haven't actually uploaded any of them. So I've used about half of my hard drive space just recording, the first episode of, I guess this makes 4 different series. Well, this is the 3rd one I'm recording. I have yet to see if my 4th one works. But I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later, because Fraps is treating me really well. How do I get Fraps? I have no idea how I got Fraps. Somehow I went to get the demo and it gave me the full version of Fraps. So for some reason I got the full version of Fraps for free, and I'm really pumped about that. Although it never seemed to work, so I thought it was just glitched, but I finally got it to work. Did we lose a position there? We are up to 5th. I'm not sure how that happens. Somebody must have wrecked out, gone to the pits or something. The pits are very tricky on this track, as I'm going to switch cameras again, because I want to keep you guys entertained with some fun camera angles. This one's fun. This one looks like, every video game ever. But this is different, because iRacing is much more of a simulation. Oh, that was not a pleasant burp. That was one that you expected to be more belchy and guttural, but it was just kind of a dud, if you will. You can see the reflections look nice on there. I hope Fraps captures this in nice quality. The frame rates have been very steady so far, but they could be higher. They've been hovering around 30 frames per second, and honestly I would much prefer them to be at 60. So I'm gonna have to turn down the graphics a bit and hopefully bump the frame rate up. Way to speak. And hopefully bump the frame rate up. Expect a lot more iRacing content in the future, because I don't think enough people post iRacing videos on the internet. There should be a lot more, because I really enjoy iRacing. I didn't find out about it until, like November of last year, and I was just like, alright, this seems awesome. Buying a wheel, bought the cheapest wheel I could just to check it out, and I'm looking to buy a nice, one of the nicer wheels you can get to get kind of serious about it, because I don't know, I really enjoy iRacing. It's one of my favorite pastimes, although it's just exhausting and stressful sometimes. You get in the V8 supercar. I keep bringing that up. I'm gonna have to show you guys at some point. But that car is the most ridiculously overpowered, underbraked monster that I've ever seen in my life. It's the entirety of driving that car is struggling to keep it on the track for me. It's not going fast, because the car goes fast, it just doesn't stay on the track, because if you lightly tap the gas, the rear end just spins right out and you head into a wall. Oh, and that's just the most stressful, exhausting thing. Once you complete a 45 lap race in that thing, you just want to go outside and have a cigarette and cry or something. I exaggerate a little bit, but say embellish a little bit. But I mean, it's a blast, but my god, that thing is a monster to drive. The Skip Barber too, I haven't quite gotten that one figured out. Probably expect a little bit of Skip Barber stuff coming up here, because I really enjoy the car. I just haven't quite gotten it to work with me. So I get about 2 laps and then I spin into a wall and wreck my car. Not a pass for position, just had to check there. And I think it's time to switch the camera once again. We're just gonna head over to TV2, and I think I might keep it there for, the remainder of the race. There shouldn't be too much left. So yeah, basically repeating myself at this point, but I really hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are interested in seeing more, because I'm going to get you more. And if people find me based on this iRacing stuff, then hey, what's up, dudes? I also do Let's Plays, working on F1 2012 right now. I know it's a little bit outdated, but it should be fun. I kind of blow at the game, racing in a Marussia, and also a few other things. So, check out my channel if you haven't already, yada yada yada, whatnot and whatnot. And I feel like I'm ending the video. I'm not sure how many laps are left. This is why I wanted to do a live thing. Honestly, as soon as this is over, I'm seriously considering just busting out a live commentary of iRacing. Probably still upload this. Just keep the live commentary in the books. I have no idea what I would commentate. I mean, what race I would do. Possibly a Spec Racer Ford. The supercar is at Sonoma this week. I could give the Skip Barber a shot. I mean, that would be painful. Yes, the Skip Barber is a handful too. I'm not sure where the late model's racing, but we're gonna see if some live commentary iRacing is the way to go, and if so, that could definitely become a real series on my channel. So yeah, a little bit of teeth squeak there. This race is very long. I forgot what an endurance this was. I think definitely live commentary will be better because A, I'll be struggling with the car the whole time, and B, I'll probably have more interesting things to say. But let's see, I've talked about iRacing, I've talked about my channel, talked about my plans for the channel. All there is left to do is record videos and fill up my damn hard drive. So yeah, basically, if you guys like it, definitely subscribe, check out my other videos, stay tuned for iRacing, because that is coming your way. Basically, regardless of whether you want it or not, because, I'm gonna put it out there. It's just what I do. I enjoy iRacing, and once I get my new wheel, I'm probably going to do a lot more of it, especially when the Lotus 49 comes out. It's like I've said before, as soon as that comes out, I'm throwing all my money at iRacing. I'm going to buy all the tracks, buy the car, and just kind of not leave the house for a month or so. So, you guys can expect some of that. I hope I have some videos saved up to upload while I'm just racing that, because it's gonna take me forever to get a hold of it. I mean, if I think the V8 supercar is hard to handle, the Lotus 49 will be ridiculous. If you don't know what the Lotus 49 is, it's basically like a Formula 1 car from the 60s. More or less a Bullet with wheels on it. Got a really nice V8 engine in it, just no downforce. Just kind of a little Bullet. Almost a bomb on wheels, considering the amount of fuel and stuff. As these guys lapped me for like the third time, I do think I end up 3 laps down this race. Let's check. Kind of spoiling the results, but I don't change any positions from here. Yeah, no, the one, well, here's the 6, the 1 just passed me. The 2 is a bunch of laps. I don't know. I just completely lost my train of thought. But whatever, it's all good, man, because I can record iRacing, and I'm really pumped about that. And I hope you guys are too. I'm not sure why my phone is making some strange little Some strange little flashings at me, but whatever. I have to sneeze. I'm not sure if I've ever sneezed in a video before. I certainly haven't here on this new channel that I'm working on. If you guys subscribed for the sports games, I hope you like racing games, really, because that's what I'm bringing your way. Racing games and a few others, and that was it for the race. I brought it home in 5th for my first race in the late model. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be seeing you later on iRacing, absolutely. Alright, bye-bye now.